Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Danny Talbot. I'm the executive producer of the Gus Chubbins Show. Welcome to a very special edition. It's Selection Monday. In studio, our special guest, President, CEO, Coach of the Guzzlers, Tim Broxo. And now, your host, the living legend himself, Gus Chubbins!
Whoa! Whoa! Get them knees up! Get them knees up! How we doing, softball fans? Woo! It's Election Monday! It's Election Monday! Get excited! Oh, gotta be careful. Don't want to bust a hernia. Alrighty. Woo! Let's settle down. We're a little excited. Of course we're excited. It's Election Monday! Woo! Anyway. Here we are. Let's go ahead and get started here. Woo! How are you gaggles of Gus heads out there? It's, your favorite softball announcer, in the world, of course. The living legend himself, that's me, Gus Chubbins. How's everybody doing? I'm very excited. Welcome to Selection Monday. We got a special guest on today. CEO, coach, president of the Great Falls Guzzlers. Well, former Great Falls, I guess I should say, but just the Guzzlers. Coach, Skip Broxham. Skip, how you doing?
Good, Gus. Thanks for having me on the show.
Well, I tell you what, thank me, thank you. It's nice to finally have some sort of a sidekick, other than Danny around here, because God knows I get a little sick of Danny. I mean, no offense, Danny, I love you, but you smell like a porcupine and radishes. Anyway, as I said, Skip, it's Selection Monday. How excited are you, Skip?
Oh, it's the best day of the year other than when Goose Town actually kicks off.
I tell you what, Skip, I look forward to this day more than probably my own birthday, probably more than my mother's birthday, and probably a lot more than somebody I don't really know's birthday, because obviously if I don't know them, I wouldn't care about their birthday. Anyway, Gus Chubbins here, live with the Skip, going to do a little Selection Monday show for all you Guzzler fans out there. Now, Skip, let's go ahead and get everybody up to date on what I'm calling the most dramatic Selection Monday ever. Skip, would you agree with that?
Oh, it was pulling out my hair all day trying to see what the selection committee would come out with.
Oh, I tell you what, well, I mean, Skip, what was it? I mean, normally the schedule's out by, what, noon? Mountain time?
That's the way it's been in the past, Gus. We always get a call around noon to let us know when we're playing.
Exactly, and I'm on the internet, right? Okay? I'm looking at my child pornography. I was checking my email. And I also was getting ready to, see the schedule come out. I was hopping with excitement, as I always am. And hours go by. Another hour goes by. And then, Tim, go ahead and fill up. What do we find out today?
Well, we found out that we got kicked out of the D2 bracket. And I guess we were a bubble team who made it into the Division I bracket. And better yet, we drew a number 1 seed. And I don't know how we could do that, but we did it, and we're excited about the road to Music City.
Well, speaking of Music City, Tim, let's go ahead and talk about this. I mean, we talked about it before. This is the first year, Guzzler fans, for the Goosetown Best in the West tournament to feature a Division II. They split the D bracket into 2 divisions. Now, the genius behind the idea, Skip, correct me if I'm wrong, was what if we drop down a bracket and just skunk everybody and finally get the cotton we've been talking about for the past 7 years. Am I right?
That was our original thinking. We don't play together a lot, so we thought D2 would be a good fit. We'd be playing for cotton.
Exactly. And so today, you and me both sitting around, waiting for it to come out. Then all of a sudden, D1 comes out before D2. Well, I'm cycling through the teams just because I want to know who's out there. And what do I see? Lo and behold, the number 1 seed in Division Tournament, the Guzzlers. My first thought, is there another team that tried to steal the name? And if so, I smell a blanket beating. But that was not the case. It just happened to be that, well, go ahead, Tim. I mean, you called Bill Hill, my former favorite tournament sponsor, and now I consider him the lint on my O-ring.
Well, you know what? We respect Bill Hill. He does a great job putting together this tournament for so many great teams. And what his telling us is that somebody called in and said the Guzzlers were not a D2 team, that we were a D1 team, and you know what? Maybe that was God himself that said we need to come up and play with the best of the best.
I think so, Tim. I think it had to been determined by some sort of the gods, because, hey, who would call in, right, and go up to D1? I mean, it might have been me. I don't know. I'm not saying that, Gus Chubbins. Who knows? I don't have that much power. Maybe I do. Who knows? Boom. But what I did figure out, Timmy, I did some research today, and what I found out was if you were to win, say the Guzzlers did win Division II, right, we've been talking about, all we would get is cotton, Coach. We wouldn't be getting a plane ticket to be walking in Memphis. Walking with our championship shirts on the field. You know what I mean, Coach?
Yeah, and that's something we're playing for now. Now we got a shot at going to national if we win this whole thing.
Exactly, and I think that if anything, Skip, do you think it's going to be a message to the rest of the team that, hey, how about we show up and let's play the best softball this team's ever played?
Well, I think we're going to do that anyways, Gus. I was talking to Plug earlier, and he said, Coach, we just need to go out there and win it one game at a time. He's a student of Coach K, and I said, you're right. We're going to take it one game at a time. We're going to win in advance. That's our game plan.
Well, I mean, it's a great game plan, Skip, and I think if anything, you're putting some pressure on the guys. And I think if anything, this team actually responds. Well, no, actually, it's been the problem with this team all along is that this team never responds to pressure. Because we always lose in the bottom of the seventh inning. But this year will be different. We'll talk more about that later. Well, hey, Coach, let's go ahead and get into this weekend's action. What do you think about it?
Sure, I'm up for it, Gus.
All right, baby. So, as we said, the Guzzlers got the draw for the number one seed in the tournament, and they will be playing the winner of the play-in game, which will take place Friday night at 7 o'clock. I will be there scouting and telling these two teams that they suck. Because regardless of who wins, they don't want to face the Guzzler Nation. I'll tell you that right now. But right now, Coach, we got Wesley Excavating from Butt, Montana. Oh, excuse me, that's Butt with an E, Montana. And they'll be taking on Salmon, Idaho softball out of Salmon, Idaho. And the only thing I know about Salmon is that, quick story, a quick little tangent here for you, Coach. I was actually going down to Pike's Market, actually, and there was a blind guy walking by me, right? And he walks over and says, oh, hey, how's everybody doing? And then he goes, started sniffing around, right? He's sniffing around and he goes, oh, good morning, ladies. Because he thought he smelled, his family show. Anyway, big deal there. So to me, Salmon, Idaho just reminds me of a Vajiji that needs to be douched.
Well, you know what? That's what we hope to do then on Saturday morning.
All right, so that's the game plan, is to douche the Salmon team if they come up. We're going to douche them, raspberry douche them, probably most likely. Or actually, probably more of a huckleberry douche because they're in season in Montana. I recommend having a huckleberry shake if you're ever around the area of Whitefish. They're quite fantastic. But, Coach, are you a little worried if you get Wesley the Excavators out of Butt, Montana, Coach?
No, I'm not too worried. We've played some drywall teams in the past, and we've done quite well with them, especially getting in the Goose. If you remember Goosetown 04, we put the drywall guys from Great Falls, 10-run ruled them in 4 on field 5.
All right, tell you what, Skip, if there's any sort of inclination or any kind of motivation this weekend, I think the game plan should be to try to 10-run rule every team. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, that's when we're at our best. Our goal is to go in there and only play 4.5 innings because we know if we beat a team in 4.5 innings and the umpire stops the game and says, these guys don't know any more of the Guzzlers, we did our job. And that's what we're trying to do, clock in and clock out and do our job.
Exactly. Well, that's what I like about the team, a bunch of 9-to-5ers. It's going to be pretty fantastic. Hey, Coach, you know what? We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break because this is Selection Monday. We're doing a special 2-part episode, so stay tuned. We'll be back with part 2. By the way, this show is sponsored by Thompson Tampons. If you're on the go and you feel the flow and you need to stop that flow, try Thompson Tampons. Established 1863. Alrighty, Gus fans, this is Gus Chubbins. I'm along with Skip Broxham. We'll be right back after a little break here on the Gus Chubbins Show. Love that music. Love that music. Woo!